The Real Ghostbusters is one of the most well-known and popular children's cartoon and animated shows of all time. It modifies the characters and themes from the original 1984 film, Ghostbusters, to make them more acceptable to impressionable young minds. Here are the top 10 Ghostbusters Monsters. So let's take a look. Before we begin, be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring that post notification bell so you never miss a video. Alright, let's get to it. At number 10, Tenebrog. Unlike the original film and its first sequel, the cartoon characters were terrifying and possessed an absurd array of supernatural abilities. Aside from that, several of the cartoon characters were unpleasant and vicious. The Tenebrog is among them, an unappealing orange creature from Extreme Ghostbusters. This terrifying beast also boasts an extraordinary supernatural skill that allows it to take the eyeballs of anybody who stares at it. The monster detaches its victims' eyeballs and promptly glues them to its orangish-colored hide. At number 9, Slimer. This floating green alien appears in several memorable sequences from the original film. Slimer's not a frightening ghost, rather the Ghostbusters discovered him gorging himself on the hotel's buffet. He was a popular fictional character that debuted in the first Ghostbusters film in 1984, the second one in 1989, and the third in 2016, the animated television series, and video games. All of them. Despite not seeming terrifying and causing no harm, Slimer shed ectoplasmic residue on Peter Venkman, and its chased by the inexperienced Ghostbusters at the time scared away guests at the hotel in the first film. At number 8, the Scoleri Brothers. It's nearly difficult to see the first Ghostbusters sequel without remembering the famous courtroom scene. The appearance of the Scoleri Brothers was the most intriguing aspect of the court session. The Ghostbusters took a little bit of slime to court to prove to the judge that they have not excavated the hole in the center of the town for no cause. After failing to persuade the judge, the scum retaliated against the judge's violence, resulting in the summons of the Scoleri Brothers. The brothers were sentenced to death by electrocution by the same court, which explains why they appeared in electric chairs. At number 7, Achira. Extreme Ghostbusters, the animated version of the Ghostbusters film, did not hold back with several horrific creatures, one of them being Achira. Achira was a beast with worm-like arms and terrible faces. Her superhuman talent allowed her to transmit numerous diseases and plagues, which finally led to her death. Achira was a Mesopotamian goddess that inflicted many calamities on the people. The demonic goddess was magically imprisoned and bound in an underground chamber. After a few years, the location of Achira's spiritual confinement changed to New York City, and she ultimately found a means to break free. At number 6, the Grundel. The Grundel is the only character to appear in both of the Ghostbusters animated films. It was a villain in both the Real Ghostbusters and Extreme Ghostbusters. In terms of victim selection, the Grundel is comparable to the Boogeyman. It chooses kids who it deems to have the potential to become evil as its kind, and then transforms them into Grundels. Although the hideous-looking beast hunts out kids, its goal is to turn them into Grundels. However, the Ghostbusters were able to capture it before it could cause much harm. At number 5, Gozer the Destroyer. The entrance of Gozer was greatly anticipated, with Zool, the gatekeeper, and the Keymaster giving the crowd much to look forward to. However, Gozer's look was not that of a massive monster, but her tremendous ability to blast lightning from her fingers was an intriguing sight. Although Gozer did not battle for as long as the audience would have anticipated a supervillain to, this mirrored the film's comedic character. At number 4, the Boogeyman. The Boogeyman isn't a character that children remember well. The character lacks Achira's demon-like essence, yet it's just as terrifying. The Boogeyman is immensely powerful, as much of its power derives from feeding on its victim's terror. It is for this reason that the Boogeyman chooses kids as his primary prey. He's resistant to Egon's ghost-trapping weaponry since he's not a ghost, but he is from a different dimension. In order to counter his influence, Egon closes him off in his world, preventing him from returning. At number 3, City of Albany Ghost Train. If you were seeing Ghostbusters 2 for the first time and believed one of the characters was about to die, you'd be terrified. This is why the ghost train appears in the film. It caused a great sense of tension and suspense for brief periods since it provokes one's interest in what the consequence may be. Egon, Ray, and Winston had gone down to investigate the ectoplasmic slime river. The Ghostbusters stroll through the New York Underground Metro, where the ghost train runs through the characters. Although Egon and Ray were quick enough to evade the Phantom train, it plowed right through Winston. At number 2, the Library Ghost. The first ghost met by the Ghostbusters in the original film was the Library Ghost. In amazement, a librarian at the New York City Public Library sought to escape after witnessing the normal turning of books on the shelves. Unfortunately, she ran into the ghost, who held out its hands to her. The Grey Lady, or Eleanor Twitty, is another name for the Library Ghost. It was harmless, as most of the ghosts in the film were, but it appeared to be a genuine beast when the scientists tried to capture it. The ghost of the library is also featured in blockbuster video games. At number 1, Vigo the Carpathian. Vigo was loaded with a variety of talents. Analyzing his snapshot nearly resulted in the deaths of 2 Ghostbusters due to the door locking itself. Nevertheless, the quick intervention of another Ghostbuster proved beneficial. Vigo fought the Ghostbusters gadget for collecting spirits before immobilizing them and picking up Dana's kid. The demon is exceedingly powerful and it ranks first on this list. Well guys, that was it for this video. What'd you think about it? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for making it to the end. Be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to Film Radar, and ring that bell so you never miss a video. Thanks for watching.